Hello, I am pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. So, according to your introduction, what is your name?
I'm Wong Yi.
Hi Wong. So, how old are you? And are you from where?
I'm 21 years old and I'm from Seremban. So I'm now currently studying in University Science Malaysia, first year student in Bachelor of Management.
Oh, that's nice. So, okay. I just want to ask about the culture. So, what are your thoughts on culture?
I think cultures consist of food, architectures, languages, festivals, rituals, history, and norms. So I think cultures can help to build social capital because it is the glue that holds communities together. So by bringing people together, cultures, activities such as festivals, fairs, or classes can create social solidarity and cohesion, fostering social inclusion and community empowerment. I think culture also enhances our quality of social life and increases overall well-being for both individuals and communities.
That's great. What did you think are the characteristics of culture?
So I think culture is shared, dynamic, and symbolic. So culture has the characteristic of traditional, intangible, and intangible, or the behavior patterns of our society members.
Could you tell me a little bit concerning your culture heritage?
I think the traditional games, for example, Batu Seremban, Congkak, and Dam Haji are disappearing gradually due to the modernization. So the younger generations, especially us millennials, are not familiar with traditional games. So the government should be more concerned about preserving the cultural heritage.
That's a great example, Wong. Now we can move to the topic question. So first question, what are your perspectives regarding Malaysian culture?
So I think Malaysia is rich with traditional heritage, whether it's in intangible, such as historical sites and monuments, or intangible traditions like rituals and also our food culture. So furthermore, Malaysia also consists of different ethnic and diverse cultures. So it's important we have to respect each other culture and live in harmony.
That's a great perspective. So the second question, what are your views on why respecting diverse cultures and traditions is important?
It is important as if we are not respecting other ethnics like each other culture, traditional cultures, the country will be trapped in a racial trap since we are living in a multicultural society. So it may lead to an economic crisis of the country. So it is important for people to be united and respect each other's cultures to ensure the peace of the country.
So the next question, in your opinion, how culture and tradition be promoted mostly in a globalized era to the younger generation?
So the NGO can collaborate with the universities, government, and private sectors to organize cultural events with a fusion of modern and traditional cultures to attract more attention among the youngsters nowadays. Besides, we should also utilize the social media to introduce and promote cultures and tradition via the social media like TikTok and Instagram.
That's great. So the first question, in your perception, what are the advantages of promoting culture and heritage in today's society?
The advantages is it may increase the awareness of the public towards cultures and heritage preservation. As strong awareness among the public can urge the government to actually have the political views in preserving the heritage, especially the building heritage, instead of demolishing the historical colonial heritage. So besides, I think it also enhances the inhabitants' sense of identity and help us to have a feeling of connection with the society.
Okay, Wang. So, in your viewpoint, how can a stronger unity be achieved by encouraging culture and heritage?
By encouraging culture and heritage, it gives a chance for the people to learn about other ethnics, traditional cultures, and rituals. It can help to break some prejudice and enable people to interact with each other about their own respective cultures and build a stronger unity society.
That's great. So the sixth question, in your views, why it is crucial for Malaysian to retain their culture and tradition?
So as I said, if Malaysians didn't preserve our own traditional cultures, our culture would disappear and we would lose our own identity as Malaysians. The future generations is unable to experience and inherit our valuable cultures and traditions.
Okay. So the seventh question, in your opinion, is it the obligation of the millennial population to promote our culture and heritage?
Yes, as part of the millennial generations, I think we should preserve and inherit the cultures from the last generations. For example, we can learn our own ethnic dialects to help preserve and inherit this intangible culture. So we can pass to our future generations. Also, I think for millennials should help in boosting the awareness of the public to be concerned about heritage preservation via social media.
That's a fantastic answer, Wong. So, in your viewpoint, what is the most challenging aspect of promoting our tradition as well as culture?
Yeah, as I mentioned before, youngsters nowadays are not familiar with the traditional culture as youngsters are more keen on other countries' cultures such as Hallyu cultures and Western cultures. So the youngsters are more likely to intermediate and practice their cultures and lack of interest to learn more about our own Malaysian traditional cultures. So it is quite a challenge to attract their attention and make our own local traditional culture to become a trend among the youngsters.
Okay, Wang. The ninth question, in your opinions, in terms of economics, what would be the advantages that we gain by promoting our culture and traditions?
So the advantage of promoting our cultures and tradition in terms of economic, I think, is to boost the tourism sector as we have diverse culture and historical sites are quite attractive to foreign tourists. The foreign tourists would like to travel to our country and experience all our cultures such as food cultures, traditional dance and costumes. So when they travel to Malaysia, they would spend on food, transport and accommodation or and other expenditures. So our countries can earn foreign currency and encourage the economic growth of our country.
So the final question, in your opinion, what can you do to safeguard your unique culture identity while living in another country with a different culture identity?
So I think I should share my culture with my foreign friends to pick their interest in Malaysia's diverse culture of different ethnics. So it can help to clear their misinterpretation towards our traditional cultures and to safeguard my country's unique culture identity.
That great Swam. I enjoyed learning more about the culture. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk today. Thank you, Wong.
Thank you, Priya.
Hello, Miss. My name is Tilageswary Gunasekaran. Today, I would like to interview you for our group assignment on oral communication skill about the title Promoting Culture and Tradition for Better Unity. Let's introduce yourself, Miss. What is your name, Miss?
Hello, my name is Nantini Kodantaraman.
How old are you, Miss?
I am 21 years old.
Where are you from, Miss Nandini?
I am from Pahang.
Are you still studying or working, Miss Nandini?
Yes, I am still studying. I am continuing my degrees at University Malaysia Terengganu.
That's right. That's great. What are your thoughts on culture, Miss Nandini?
So culture is all the way of life, including arts, beliefs, social customs, and traditions of a population that are passed down from generation to generation.
What do you think are the characteristics of culture?
The characteristic of culture are learned. We learn culture from families, peers, institutions, and media. Then, culture also are linked, dynamic, shared, and marked by symbols.
Thank you for the answer, Miss Nandini. Could you tell me a little bit concerning your culture heritage?
Yes, I will tell about Indian cultural heritage. Indian culture is evident to the whole world as India as one of the world's largest collections. Then Indian cultural heritage such as songs, music, dance like Bharatanatyam, theatre, folk traditions, performing arts, rites and rituals, languages, paintings and writings that are known cultural heritage.
Thank you for the answer, Miss Nandini. Now we're moving to the topic question. First, what are your perspectives regarding Malaysian culture?
Malaysia is a multicultural society. The diverse customs of the various peoples are integrated into Malaysian culture. Malay people were the first to settle in the area. When trade with those nations began, Chinese and Indian culture influence left their mark. Malaysian culture was greatly influenced by other countries. Malaysia today has a large number of distinct ethnic groups, each having its own distinct cultural identities and some discovers crossovers.
A second question, what are your views on why respecting diverse cultures and traditions is important?
In my view, respecting diverse culture and tradition is important because merging different cultures and introducing good aspects of our culture to others and also accepting the positive of new culture. Moreover, creating a mutual understanding and respect for everyone's difference in culture.
Thank you for the answer, Miss Nandini. And third question, in your opinion, how culture and traditions be promoted mostly in a globalist era to the younger generation?
In my opinion, we can including cultural and traditional as co-curricular activity terms is one of the best method to promote culture and tradition to the younger generation, including traditional games, cultural education, and the education of various racial, cultural, and traditional customs.
Thank you for the answer, Miss Nandini. In your perspective, What are the advantages of promoting culture and heritage in today's society?
In my perception, the advantages are cultural help develop thinking skills, build self-esteem, and improve resilience of all which enhance educational outcomes. Moreover, cultural enhance our quality of life and increase overall well-being for both individuals and communities in today's society.
Thank you for the answer, Ms. Nandini. In your viewpoint, how can a stronger unity be achieved by encouraging culture and heritage?
They will improve understanding between the various ethnicities by promoting cultural and heritage among them. Therefore, by doing this, we can strengthen our relationship with them. Having some perspective and knowledge about their culture is beneficial. By this, we can build stronger unity.
Thank you for the answer, Ms. Nandini. In your view, why is it crucial for Malaysians to retain their culture and traditions?
In my view, Malaysians should retain their culture and tradition because they play a visual role in every society as it helps retain the historical memory over the ages. Cultural has been and should be inherent contributor to the economic aspirations of a nation. Behind the economic activity, there survives a cultural that sustains the economic community.
In your opinion, is it the obligation of the millennial population to promote our culture and heritage?
Millennials are the most diverse, tolerant, corrected, and educated generation ever. Millennials need to promote our culture and heritage that contributes to the radical identity and cultural values makes that the country recognizable and improve its image.
Thank you for the answer, Ms. Nandini. In your viewpoint, what is the most challenging aspect of promoting our traditions as well as culture?
The most challenging aspect is the place of Western culture that mostly influence the millennial population. Awareness of cultural and traditional is reduced in today's generation people. By ignoring our Malaysian culture, Western culture puts the younger generation.
Thank you for the answer, Ms. Nandini. Last but not least, in your opinion, in terms of economics, what will be the advantages that we gain by promoting your culture and traditions?
The advantages are culture and traditional play a visual factor for sustainable economic development, profit, and employment generator as well as fundamental factor for image building for any tourist destination. Moreover, by this, we can attract more tourism, visit our country, it develops our economic growth.
Thank you for the answer, Ms. Nandini. The last question, in your opinion, what can you do to safeguard your unique cultural identity while living in another country with a different cultural identity?
In my opinion, I will keep constant communication with family and friends. To keep in touch with family and friends can help preserve our culture, maintain cultural tradition by sharing it with others. There is nothing better than sharing the traditional with friends or colleagues in the new place.
Thank you, Nandini. Thank you very much. Thank you for considering my interview section. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Today I want to interview you. I have first of all I have 7 basic questions and I have 10 questions about my topic today. So first of all, what is your name?
My name is Jukri anak lelaki Abang.
Oh, okay. And second question is, how old are you?
I'm 21 years old this year.
Oh, 21. Okay. Where are you from? You, Chris?
I'm from the state of Kelantan.
Oh, Kelantan. Okay. What are you doing now? Are you still studying or working?
I'm currently studying.
Oh, okay. What are your thoughts on culture?
I think that culture is very important for the development of the country.
Oh, okay. What are the characteristic of the culture? Do you think?
Characteristics. Mm,
Yes.
it includes the aspect of food,
Oh, yeah. Food.
arts,
Oh, yes.
music, and so on.
Oh, okay. And last question of basic question is: could you tell me a little bit concerning your cultural heritage?
My culture and heritage.
Yeah, cultural heritage.
My father is Siam and my mother is Chinese. So I that's a distinct
Oh, okay. Thank
difference
you.
between the two cultures.
Yeah, it's true. Thank you. And now let's move to the topic question. First of all, is what are your perspectives regarding Malaysian culture?
Malaysia is a multicultural society, so it is clear that the ethnicities retain their religions, customs, and their way of life.
Okay. Oh, that's a nice answer. And okay, we move to the next question. What are your views on why respecting diverse cultures and traditions is important?
Culture shapes our identity and influences our behaviors, and cultural diversity makes us accept and even to some extent integrate and assimilate with other cultures. Cultural diversity has become very important in today's world.
Oh, okay. It's good. In your opinion, I want to ask you, in your opinion, how culture and tradition be promoted mostly in a globalized era to be younger generation?
Cultural identity provides the global significance of local knowledge and sense of self, community, and nation. In terms of science, technology, and economic development, globalization reflects somewhat the theory of convergence and hegemonic control, but in deeper sense, it promotes cultural identity.
Oh, okay. That's a nice answer. Can we move to the next question?
Yes, you may.
Okay. In your perception, what are the advantages of promoting culture and heritage in today's society?
Culture and its heritage reflect and shape values, beliefs, and aspirations, thereby defining a people's nation identity. It is important to preserve our culture heritage because it keeps our integrity as people of the nation.
Okay. Uh, Next, in your viewpoint, how can a stronger unity be activated by encouraging culture and heritage?
First of all, making friends with mates who are not from our own ethnic group. Secondly, eating foods from other people's cultures. And then you can wear traditional clothing from other cultures, learning to speak languages from other ethnic groups, and be truthful in your interaction with other people.
Okay, nice. The next question is: in your view, why is it crucial for Malaysians to retain their culture and traditions?
it's crucial for Malaysians to retain their culture and tradition is because our nation is a multicultural countries, and we we should preserve our cultural heritage and keep our integrity as people of Malaysia.
Oh, okay, okay. It's good, good. I have four more questions. Question number 7. In your opinion, is it the obligation of the millennial population to promote our culture and heritage?
Yes, because they will take on what's left for them by the older generation that includes culture and heritage. They are obligated to promote their own culture and heritage so that it doesn't disappear.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it's true, yes. Okay. Next, in your viewpoint, what is the most challenging aspect of promoting our traditions as well as culture?
While our local expertise is an invaluable asset, it is also important to foster integration among teams to avoid colleagues from other countries working in isolation and limiting knowledge transfer. This can be a challenge to overcome, particularly if there are underlying prejudices between cultures, making them less inclined to work together. Negative cultural stereotypes can be seriously detrimental to company morale and affect productivity. For instance, the centuries-long antipathy between the British and French or Polish and Germans can sometimes creep into the workspace.
Oh, okay, okay. Nice, nice. So, uh, the question is only two more left. Okay. In your opinion, in terms of economics, what would be the advantages that be gained by promoting our culture and tradition?
Local market knowledge and insight makes a business more competitive and profitable. A multicultural workforce can give an organization an important edge when expanding into new markets. Often, a product or service needs to be adapted to succeed overseas. Understanding local laws, regulations, and customs, as well as competitive landscape, can help a business to thrive. Moreover, local connections, native language skills, and cultural understanding can boost international business development exponentially.
Okay, okay. Nice, nice, nice answer. And now we are at the end of the question. This is the last question. Okay. In your opinion, what can you do to safeguard your unique cultural identity while living in another country with a different cultural identity?
By maintaining cultural tradition, by sharing it with others. We all have traditions that we grew up with, whether they are daily habits, celebrations, or food. A perfect way to preserve your traditions is to continue practicing them in your new home. There is nothing better than sharing the traditions you love with friends or colleagues in your new home. You can do this by bringing homemade treats to your office or hosting traditional events with your new friends from other countries.
Okay, okay. Thank you for your uh, teamwork or for your response. Uh, uh, from our interview session just now, I can conclude that we as a Malaysian, no matter how old us, we are younger, older, or teenager, we must together um, keep our culture to become uh, more we can use this for the long term, and the younger generation can know about our culture, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Thank you for giving me your opinion and your answer. Okay, that's it. Thank you, Chris. Have a
You're
nice day.
welcome. You're welcome.
Okay.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
My name is Siti Yusranih and come from Vita Sabah. May I know what's your name and where do you live?
And my name is Beatrice and I'm from Marang Ghana.
How old are you, Beatrice?
I'm now 21 years old. How about you, Yusrani?
Oh, I am 21 years old too. Are you still studying or are you working right now?
I'm still studying. I'm studying at college.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I want to ask to you about what are your thoughts on culture?
Okay. For me, I think culture is all the way of life, including arts, belief, and institution of population, includes codes of manner, dress, language, religion, and so on.
So what are the characteristics of the culture?
Okay. In my opinion, culture is a shared characteristics of group of people which encompass place of birth, religion, language, social behavior, arts, literature, and music.
So could you tell me a little bit concerning your cultural heritage?
Okay. Yeah, sure. Trengganu is rich with myriad of custom and tradition. Its art of handicraft and its traditional culinary style together with heritage. Some examples such as ulit mayang dance, kulit wayang kulit, dikar karat, and so on.
Okay. Actually, I want to ask to you about some questions. Okay. First, what are your perspectives regarding Malaysian culture?
Malaysia is a multicultural society. The main ethnic of group of native Malays, as well as large population of Chinese and Indians.
Okay. What are your views on why respecting diverse cultures and tradition is important?
Cultures shape our identity, influence our behavior, and diversity makes us accept and even so some extent integrate and assimilate with other culture.
Okay. In your opinion, how culture and tradition be promoted mostly in a globalist era to the younger generation?
Okay. We can use social media groups to promote our culture and tradition. In social media, we can cultivate each culture, and it's incredible easy to promote our culture to others.
So, in your perception, what are the advantages of promoting culture and heritage in today's society?
Okay. In addition to its deep value, culture provides important social and economic benefit, with improved learning on healthy, increased tolerance, and opportunity to come together with others. Okay. Culture enhance our quality of life, increase our overall well-being for both individual and communities.
Okay, in your viewpoint, how can a stronger unity be achieved by encouraging culture and heritage?
Okay. Because culture is strong part of people's life, it influences their view, their value, and so on. So when you're working with people, building relationship with them, it's help to have some perspective understanding of their culture.
Okay, in your view, why is it crucial of formulation to retain their culture and tradition?
Okay. We must continue to practice cultural heritage because through the practice and cultural heritage, we can foster strength and maintain the spirit of nation unity.
In your opinion, Is it the obligation of the millennial population to promote our culture and heritage?
Uh, Culture and history are morals, belief, and aims. Their form of people national identity is essential to preserve our cultural heritage, to maintain our identity as a nation. The importance of establishing cultural heritage is not the cultural manifestation itself, but rather wealth of knowledge and skill that transmit through it from one generation to the next.
Okay, in your viewpoint, what is the most challenging aspect of promoting our tradition as well as culture?
In fact, the advance of technology today has caused community to be less interested in learning about heritage and culture left behind from long ago.
Okay, in your opinion, in terms of economics, what is the advantage that began by promoting our culture and tradition?
Um, if we promote our culture, this will cause our economy to grow as tourists from abroad with interest in learning and knowing our culture.
In your opinion, what can
Uh,
you do? What can you do to safeguard your unique cultural identity while living in another country with a different cultural identity?
Okay, in my opinion, living in a new country can feel strange and confusing. So, what I will do is keep constant communication with family and friends, join local club and association tied to my culture, and maintaining cultural tradition by sharing it with others.
Okay, so I think that's all for today because there's some work I have to do. Okay,
Okay.
so thanks for your time and have a nice day, Beatrice.
Have a nice day to you, Yusranih. Thank you so much for interviewing me.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Hi and good morning. I'm Mazarina Wardina Binti Nayan. Today I will interview you about culture heritage. So for now, can you introduce yourself, like your name, your age, and where are you from? And are you still studying or working?
Ah, okay, so Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Muhammad Idlan bin Muhammad Khan, 22 years old. I'm from Terengganu, Gumul Terengganu, and I right now still studying at private college in Sepang.
All right. Um, what are your thoughts on culture?
So my thought on culture is the name for what people are interested in, their thought, their models, the books they read, and the speeches they hear. That's my thought about culture.
All right. So next, what are the characteristics of the culture? What do you think?
So from what I search in Google, characteristic for culture is learn, share, based on symbol, integrated, and dynamic. There are five characteristics.
All right. So next question. Could you tell me a little bit concerning your culture heritage?
Uh, the things that concern about my culture and heritage is in Malay culture. So I'm Malay. So in Malay culture, punctuality is expected from Westerner. However, Malays may be late for meeting as schedule are viewed as flexible. Next is leaving food on the plate is seems disrespectful. So after a Malay eat, we must clear our plate. Uh, we must eat all the food that has been served to us. to us. Okay, that's all.
Alright, so now let's move on to 10 topic question. Question number 1. What are your perspective regarding Malaysia culture?
So my perspective about Malaysian culture is quite unique for me because Malaysia is a multiracial country. So there's a lot of culture in Malaysia, such as Malay, India, Chinese culture, and so on. So I really enjoy and excited every time I see someone doing their cultural things, such as wearing baju Melayu, Cheongsam, or celebrating Chinese New Year, then goes to celebrate Deepavali.
Alright. Question number 2. What your views on why respecting diverse culture and tradition is important?
Because like what I said about previous question, Malaysia is a multiracial country, so we live with other races. So we need to respect other culture as well as we respect ours. If not, there's gonna be negative vibe or something in our society, and it can also raise the issue of racism.
Alright. Question number 3. In your opinion, how culture and tradition be promoted mostly in globalized era to the younger generation? What your opinion?
So my opinion is we must do some event regarding culture, such as doing potluck or trying other cultural outfit. For potluck, we can bring cultural food from our culture, such as kuih kayak, tepung pelita, and also ondeh-ondeh. Other races like Indian and Chinese also can bring theirs, so younger generation can get more information about other races cultural food. Next, why I say trying other cultural outfit is because by trying other outfit, younger generation can easily get information about this culture thing. For example, me as Malay can try wearing Cheongsam. So I can explain to younger generation what does my outfit is all about.
Next question. In your perception, what are the advantages of promoting culture and heritage in today's society?
My perspective is we can encourage younger generation to save our culture from dying from time to time. For example, in 10 years or maybe another 30 years, people still wearing baju Melayu like we used to wear it today. It can also show how much we appreciate our culture just by encouraging to this younger generation.
Alright. Question number 5. In your viewpoint, how can a stronger unity be achieved by encourage culture and heritage?
Okay, so my point of view is because it can make a society more harmony. There's no fighting or racism issue between my races and other races because we respect each other, culture, and also we encourage other to take care of our own culture, and that's how Malaysia becomes stronger and unite.
Alright. Next question. In your view, why is it crucial for Malaysians to retain their culture and tradition?
Because in this day, people think that wearing or dressing like the Western is more advanced and look more stylish. While our culture has its own identity. Also, Malaysian culture teach us to be a good person, polite, gentle, and so on. When other country talks about Malaysian, they know that Malaysian have a good personality and more civilized.
Alright, question number 7. In your opinion, it is the obligation of millennial population to promote our culture and heritage. What's your opinion?
Yes, I think it's an obligation for the younger generation because if not the young generation or present generation, who the one who's getting to keep and take care our culture? If not me, then who gonna be responsible if our culture is slowly dying?
Alright. Next, in your viewpoint, what is the most challenging aspect of promoting our tradition as well as culture?
The most challenging aspect is some people think that wearing baju Melayu or baju kurung seems outdated. That's why right now traditional outfit like baju Melayu have slim fit cutting. For me, baju Melayu with pesak seems more neat and good because it show how Malays in the past dress. Same goes to baju kurung. Today's baju kurung are not same like my mother used to wear it when she was younger. Today, baju kurung seems more sexy because the cutting of the baju kurung follow your body shape. Fashion designer or big brand that sell baju kurung try to modernize it. Of course, it's good for business, but the identity of baju kurung itself doesn't seem good.
Alright, nice answer. Next, question number 9. In your opinion, in terms of economics, what would be the advantages that be gained by promoting our culture and tradition? What's your opinion?
Okay, so my opinion is Malaysia is known as multicultural country. So in turn of economic, other country or foreigner can travel to Malaysia just to experience our culture. Such as Westerners come to Malaysia to try playing bawa bulang or congkak. So we can attract foreigner to come to Malaysia. By that way, we can improve our economy just by promoting our culture and heritage.
Alright, last question. In your opinion, what can you do to safeguard your unique culture identity while living in another country with a different culture identity? What's your opinion?
So my opinion is wearing traditional outfit when going to work or invite our co-worker to our house to eat some kueh. That's the recipe originally from Malaysian. By that way, we can keep or safeguard our culture even we surround with different culture. That's all.
Alright, that's all for today's interview. Thank you for your answer and your time. Alright, thank you, Idlan. See you soon.
Okay, welcome. See you soon, Mazarina, Wardina. Bye bye.